but it's good. Good. Family's good. Just ready for me to start making serious money. Huh?
Well, you got to do what you love first, and then the money will come.
Yep, that's what I'm learning. Just got to focus on your craft.
Exactamente. All right. Get this one rolling. What's happening, everybody? This is Mercury's Cast. I'm your host, Travis Montgomery. Be sure to go to Mercury's Cast on Facebook, Twitter, and if you want to, Instagram, but there's not much going on there at this point. You can catch all the episodes on Facebook, and we post them on Twitter. But more importantly, go to iTunes and hit that subscribe button and rate and review us if you care about us at all. You know, if you can find it in your heart to take the time out of your day to go and give us a review, that would be monumental. It would be the best thing ever. Tonight, it's me and introducing back. It's been a long time coming. We've been waiting a long time for him to come back. Mr. Kenny. It is a joy to have you back. Kenny, how are you feeling tonight?
Oh man, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling great. How about yourself, Travis?
I'm feeling, you know what? I'm feeling liberated. That's what I'm feeling right now.
Do you care to elaborate, or is that?
We're gonna elaborate. We're gonna elongate, and we're gonna masturbate. We're gonna do all kinds of e-gates.
Oh yeah, all the Asians that you can think of.
All the e-gates that you can possibly imagine are gonna go down all over all the listeners' face and tits and blouses.
Oh, money shot.
Just kidding. We don't really
Wait, I like how you're assuming all the listeners are girls.
Well, I mean, look at me.
I got you.
But on that note, I'm trying to get this link. Yeah, it was escaping me. Anyways, we are going to. We have no topics decided tonight. We're just going to talk about some personal stuff. I might get a little super personal, but first, Kenny, what have you been working on in these past months that we have not spoken with you? I know that you've been doing a lot of filming, and you're pursuing with the. Is it still Moist Day Club, or are you under another banner?
No, yep, it's under Moist Day Club. Just filming. This month's been really crazy for me. I've had like 8 projects this month, and that's been good. It's been my busiest month so far, but this year it's picked up a little. It's picked up more in terms of paid clients, but still not exactly where I need to be or want to be. But it's all a process. Figure I gave myself about 5 years to get to where I want to be, and if not 5 years, I'll give myself 7. I'm too invested in this profession now to give up.
Right? You got to set goals. Without goals, then nothing else matters. Nothing ever happens without goals.
Exactly. Right? Nothing to work towards.
So, you were outside filming tonight. What was going on tonight?
Oh well, I ended up not even really filming tonight. We just more so discussed the project. I'm actually going to be posting a video. I think the last time we talked, I was still shooting videos for this girl, Megan, that throws crazy parties.
Right.
Well, she just threw another one on the 11th. And I just finally finished the editing of the video. I'm actually working on the title sequence right now. So I'm going to be posting that video. And that party was insane. It was 3 days.
Where can we find that at? Because and explain the video for us a little bit for anyone that's listening that wants to know exactly what you're doing and what went down and where they can find it. Explain a little bit of that.
So let me go back, I guess, a little bit to the Moist Day Club. I went through a little bit of rebranding, and basically the tagline now is music, models, and mayhem. Mayhem being parties, bashes, club events, anything to get wild. And I've been doing this work with this chick out here that runs this company called Lux Models and Concierge. basically an atmosphere modeling company and concierge service, so they can get you pretty much whatever you want, wherever you want, whenever you want, when you're out here, or it's actually in the U.S. So I've been handling most of her media work. So be planning to start filming her house like kind of on a regular basis and get
So
kind
she's a
of
big time party host.
yeah, huge events. And yeah, she's remarkable at it.
Cool. For anyone
And,
that might be wondering, he's out there in Vegas. So
oh yeah, yeah.
I mean, the
So
biggest, it's Party Central of America. Can we agree that Vegas might be the most desired destination in America for people that want to just get away from? So if you're in New York, if you're in Dallas, if you're in LA, when you want to get, most people want to vacation to those spots, but people that want to really vacation, like the best fucking destination that you can imagine is probably Vegas, right? Am I right?
I mean, I would agree. It just really depends on what you're looking for, though. If you're looking to party, hell yeah, Vegas. Come to Vegas. The sightseeing thing, yeah, there's still Vegas. You can come here. There's a lot of cool things to see. But this is a party town. Like,
it's party
don't
town.
come here expecting. Yeah, don't come here expecting to like do the family stuff. Stuff. Although that is starting to grow a little bit more.
Well, yeah, because you can't just leave the wife and kid at the hotel room while you go and gamble your ass off. I mean,
shit, that's what used to happen when I was younger and come out here. My stepdad would hella just leave for like.
Stay here. I'm going to the blackjack table. I'll be back for dinner.
Well, no, we would go to like Circus and like do that stuff.
Well, yeah, but Circus, and even like New York has some like kid-friendly stuff.
Has like the roller coaster and arcades. But shit, have you gone to an arcade recently?
No, I wish they. You know what? Don't come at me like that, because I love myself some fucking video games. I'll play Street Fighter 2 for hours on end, try and get all the way to the end. There's actually a Camelot out here where they have a Street Fighter 2 legit. All the controls work and everything. You know, that's the problem with the Street Fighter 2 game, is that you walk up to one and then the fucking the block button doesn't work, and you're like, God damn, what the fuck happened? So there's one out here in Camelot, and I made it to Vega on 2 quarters.
Oh wow!
But then there's a little toddler running around. I got to play the. I can't just neglect my family while I'm at the arcade game. But anyways.
Yeah. So
you're doing good out there in Vegas? Everything's happy, go lucky?
Yeah, I mean, I'm
it was hot as fuck at the end of June, though, right? Because I'm out here in Bakersfield, and it was like 112, and I think it was like 116 out there.
Yeah, I think on one day it got up to like 122. It was insane.
And not when you get in your car and turn it on. It's actually 122 degrees outside.
No, I mean, yeah. No, like it came up as a record, like for heat.
Right, there was a crazy heat wave at the end of June, and actually the company that I'm working at right now decided to have Derek Carr, because he's actually from Bakersfield, and he's a Christian, he's working for a church, so he came out and made an appearance, and it happened to be the Saturday of the end of that crazy heat wave. And they still had thousands of people come out, because there's Raiders fans galore. You already know.
Yeah.
So, but they had like 2 cooling down stations, and people were still falling out. People were still.
I believe it. I worked on the 4th of July, and out on the 4th of July here, it was It was hot. I ended up doing a video for, weed became recreational out here in Vegas on July 1st.
Oh, that's right. So you have no worries anymore.
Yeah, exactly. So actually,
what was that first day like?
Well, I actually ended up working that first day, and worked at like the biggest not worked at, but I did video for the biggest dispensary out here.
Cool.
And I had to get the main shot was to get the senator to vote, or that voted to legalize it, to get him making their first purchase at 12:01 midnight. and I ended up getting him, and then I ended up getting, and I had to go back the next day, and Lamar Odom ended up being there.
What?
So yeah, so I ended up getting
No
Lamar
fucking
Odom.
way.
Yep, and
That's
I'm actually gonna start posting all the projects now because I've literally every day been either before Megan's party was either at her place, like helping get set up for the party for like a month and a half, or I was out shooting or at home editing.
right.
So I haven't had any time to do any kind of like Instagram post or anything like that.
Well, you have a Lamar Odom story. I have a Derek Carr story. Both very
Touch no
relevant
assets.
in the.
I think yours is a little bit more relevant.
So that's cool, man. I haven't really gotten into it, but on this podcast at least, we have been keeping it very topic oriented. We have a tech subject. We have a couple of political subjects. We actually have been trying to stay away from Trump because how much of a fucking headache is it?
I know. I agree 100%. I don't blame you guys.
I mean, we can get into it on another time. I don't, and I'll just say this, and let's just keep it a couple sentences. Let's just keep it a couple sentences. I don't feel like he's being treated fairly by his greatest opposers, but then his greatest backers are completely fucking blind too.
Well, yeah.
And you probably side with the side on he's a complete idiot and he can't do anything right. I'm guessing that's where you're gonna go with it.
I mean, the only thing I have to say about the situation is like, is anyone surprised? Like, he spent the last 8 years bashing Obama, and what he thought he was going to come in and just get a free ride by by Democrats, like,
and he's still bashing Obama.
And still bashing Obama.
And you know what? He's not even, the Republicans don't even like him either.
Yeah, no one likes him because they see how fickle he is and how easy he will turn on somebody. Like,
well, it's all ego with him, and that's what I don't like about him. It's all about his ego.
Yeah,
it's not about policy and. But anyways, we'll reserve that. Tonight is a different kind of night. It's time to get personal. It's time to get super personal. I haven't told anybody that's been listening throughout the couple different listeners throughout the couple different countries, and even most of the listeners here in America, that me and my wife are separated right now. It happened about a month ago.
well,
I would say
sorry to hear that.
Yeah, well, you already know.
Yeah, well, yeah, but still, I didn't know that you guys were actually ended up separating.
Oh, yeah, she left. She left, and probably for good reason. I mean, shit was pretty toxic around here. I had told her to leave a couple times during some heated arguments. And I guess that reigns true. Whatever you say during heated arguments will ultimately present itself when things are time to get real. And, it hurt a lot coming home by myself. And I've never lived by myself. I went from my parents to living with one of my boys to meeting Jessica during that time. And then ended up moving in with her. And then I've lived with her for the last 8 years. So it's been an adjustment. But if you know anything about your boy, I've been through a lot of adjustments. So the first couple of weeks were really hard. I mean, it was. It was being lonely, maybe missing her. But even though I missed the toxic relationship. I don't know if that is
well, like you said, it's an adjustment, and no one's just gonna adjust to an 8-year routine overnight. Like the change of an 8-year routine overnight. Like,
right.
All the emotions and stuff that you're feeling is more than valid, and everyone goes through it.
I just got one of them paragraph texts.
No.
Well, and just to fast forward a little bit, I'm not even going to read this right now, but so
she's like,
Sierra,
don't talk about this on the. Don't talk about
Sierra
this on the.
Sierra, no, she's not. I don't even give a shit. I didn't read it. Sierra. So today's struggle is, I haven't seen my stepdaughter in a month. She went to Alabama to hang out with a sperm donor, and she came back. When she came back there, Jessica and both of our kids are staying at their parents' house out in Bakersfield. And just to give a little bit of background on everything, I'm not from Bakersfield. I didn't move out here because I wanted to move to Bakersfield. I moved out here to be with my family because there's a bunch of shit that happened down in Orange County, including me finding my best friend dead, and me living with my parents for about 6 months that didn't really work out. Well, not me. My family living with my parents. It didn't. It was not a fit. Okay, so she books it to Bakersfield to her parents' house, and then now I'm still working for my pops down in Orange County, and so now what do? I got to figure it out. I come to Bakersfield and I find a job, and I worked that shit for about a year. And fast forward, I got a great job out here right now. I got a good gig, like fucking sweet. Like, I'm not leaving. Right? I am not. For one, I'm not leaving because of my to see my kids. But two, I'm not leaving because I have the setup of the job that I have right now. It's fucking. I'm running the whole thing. I mean, it's all me.
That's dope.
Yeah, I ain't leaving. So rewind back. What was that?
My dog.
I thought you were getting out some emotion. I thought you were with me.
Who let the dog loose?
Who let the dogs out? Kenny. Frank.
That song? No, go ahead. Sorry, no.
So I didn't move. I mean, willingly I moved out here, but it wasn't the ideal situation. And goddamn, we were paying $2,100 a month for rent in Orange County. Fuck that. First of all, fuck that.
I believe it.
So, fuck that. We go to Bakersfield, and the school system out here is actually really good for the kids. To bring it all back home. Sierra, I haven't seen my daughter in a month. She came by after I got done with my run today. I'll have you know I've been exercising.
Oh, I see you. Got a haircut, shaved the beard.
I'll run. When I get home from work, it's 106 degrees. I don't care. I'll go run for a little bit.
Got to get that stress out a little bit.
It's been like, I don't care about the heat. Like if you go outside and run in the heat, and then people complain, they just have to walk to their car. And I'm like, fuck, I'm running this shit. Like, I'm good. I won. I beat the game. I beat the Bakersfield Heat game.
Yeah,
I'm running this after being on my feet for 8 hours. I'll go and run. It's not much. Maybe it's a mile, but still.
Yeah,
I'll come home and I'll sunbathe in the backyard to get some rays on my little bear. Hey, my philosophy is, if you're gonna have a little beer belly, throw a 10 on that bitch. Fuck.
Hey, 10s take away about 10 pounds.
Hey, optically
for sure.
Yeah. So anyways, so they came by earlier, and then Sierra came in and she didn't even look at me, not even give me a hug. Nothing. So I was like, what the fuck? Like, I don't know. It was a blow. Like, she went straight to her room to grab some stuff. Well, granted, Zelda's here. Oh, you haven't seen Zelda yet. I'll show you her in a minute. Zelda's here. She's a character. And then she had her cousin with her. So she was a little distracted, but I figured she'd come and give me a hug or something.
Yeah.
So that kind of was disappointing. Like, and I was supposed to get the both of them tomorrow, but I'm like, you know what, man? I don't know. Maybe I'll change my mind, but that was a little hurtful. Like a month, like I put in 8 years of work, and then you haven't seen me for a month, and you can't even like come and say hi to me.
Well, I'm sure she's probably kind of stuck in it because when she left, you guys were still together, right?
When she left, they were living here. Yes.
Right. And so, like, when she comes back, everything is kind of changed. And maybe, I don't know if, like, her mom's talked to her or not, but maybe she doesn't really know, like, what the circumstances are. And since she's living with her mom, like, she's just kind of the person that's stuck in the middle because she doesn't know really what to do.
Right.
Because I've kind of been in the same situation.
Okay.
So, like, it is kind of for her, it's probably, kind of weird. Like, she might only have known you as, like, the father figure in her life. You know, but at the same time, like, she is human, and she does recognize that to a certain extent you are still still a stepdad.
Yeah,
so,
but
like,
I mean, she didn't come looking for me. I was out there. I was in the kitchen. I was in like her peripheral, but she didn't like. I don't know. I just feel like maybe I'm being a little too imperialistic or something. But come look for me. Come find me. Say hi. Give me a hug. You know.
Right. Well, the only thing I could offer, or what I would suggest, is I wouldn't change the plans. Now, if she changes them, that's different. But you also have to kind of remember
I'm supposed to get both of them tomorrow, and then maybe I'm an asshole, and you can tell me I'm an asshole if you want. But after she came and left, and she didn't even look at me, I'm like, I'm only getting TJ tomorrow. I'm sorry.
Well, again, you have to be the adult in the situation because you are the adult in the situation. So it might take you saying, "Yo, we need to have a talk." Like, that's kind of just what needs to be done. Maybe just sit down and just talk to her. Like, I wouldn't personally be like, "Yo, I don't want to," like, because that's not making you any better than her. And remember, she's what?
Right. Well, how old is she? 10? Right. Maybe you're right. And man to man, I fucking have more deep conversations with her than anyone else in her entire life.
Right.
Probably.
Yeah.
I take time to explain shit.
Right. Well, maybe she's also waiting for you to call her or make that first effort to initiate not even a bond, but just reinitiate communication.
All right, I'm sending her a text that I want to see her tomorrow.
Yeah. And it's probably a shock for her as well. You know what I mean?
It is, but still, it's like what you want to know what I really think is that she's been on her iPad all fucking summer long for like 4 to 6 to 8 hours a day, and her brain is fried because I try and limit that shit when she's under my supervision. Because I just feel like, are you on I saw you swiping like hell.
Tinder? Oh no, I'm on. I have a fidget spinner. Oh,
even better. It's either Tinder or a fidget spinner. One of these ways. We're gonna make it into a rap hook, and then everything's gonna be great. So I'll get her tomorrow. But I mean, it's a little hurtful that wouldn't your fucking kid just run up to you and give you a hug?
You're not wrong for feeling that, and I hope I didn't say that you were. Like, it's a natural emotion to feel, and even like you possibly thinking that, like, that's not a bad thing to think. I'm just the person telling you, like, as being the adult in the situation, like, yeah, okay, you have those thoughts and you might have those feelings, but you also have 24 hours to come to grips with and realize, like, that might not be the most healthiest situation for her in the long run.
Well, you coming from where you are coming from, and I've known you since we were like wee little lads. I respect it. So you gave me a little new horizon, I guess, realization, whatever you want to
Just
call it.
a different way to look at it, different POV.
But there's a lot of stuff going on right now that I mean, I'm really hurt about. For one, she left, and granted, I did tell her to leave during, I mean, twice maybe during our two worst fights. And then, it's been about a month now, and I got to, it's been an adjustment. I got to pay all the bills myself. Rent, electricity, cell phone. Well, she handles cell phone, but there's a lot of little things that I'm starting to figure out on my own. And it's not like it's a resentment type of issue, but it's more like I've been thrown into this situation where I need to figure it out for myself now.
Right.
Where
are you guys renting a house, or are you guys?
Yeah.
Is it your house?
We're renting.
Yeah. Well, I can tell you from my personal experience, being single and living in a house, getting a condo was like probably single-handedly the best decision I made, because I went from a condo and I wanted a house, but everyone's telling me, "Oh, buy a house, buy a house, buy a house." But I had never had a house before, and I never understood all the responsibilities that come along with the house.
Oh yeah,
I moved into a house.
The trash got
yeah.
There's fucking dishes. Yeah. There's a nasty ass toilet that needs to be scrubbed down every once in a while.
Okay, well, you're gonna have to deal with those in an apartment too, or a condo as well. But you don't have to worry about the yard work. You don't have to worry about you don't have to worry about plumbing. You don't have to worry about any of those issues because it all gets handled. Well, dog shit. If you have a dog, you still have to worry about that. But you don't have to worry about any of the maintenance on the place because it gets handled by a maintenance person.
Right.
And I did the house thing and that shit. Maybe once I have a family. But just
the house first condo or apartment deal is kind of like, if you have a yard, that's work unless you hire the landscapers.
And then you do the work and it's not that bad, but then you still have to do the work.
You don't want to do that shit every Saturday, though. I mean,
exactly.
Fuck that.
Well,
you do it when you feel like it.
Yeah. Well, that's usually when the family comes into play, because you're not going to be doing anything else on a Saturday except for spending time with family. So that's when yard work. But when you're not having to be that person that has to be home all weekend long.
So out here,
yard work is the last thing you want to do.
Out here, I got rocks. There's no grass because, brown is the new green or whatever. So there's just rocks. And then the weeds grow through it. And I have a little escape artist as a dog. She'll dig her way out. I had to put plywood down before the fence and on the other side of the fence, and then put some L brackets and then nail the plywood up and level for her to not be able to do escape. And at one point I was like, fuck it, just go. And then she came back. I was like, just go then. Just be that's how I found you. It's a rescue. She had no chipping or anything.
I think I remember when you said that you found her.
She's looking at me right now. I am her everything. She's looking at me right now, waiting for the next move.
Yeah.
She's a trip. If you give her a little edible, she goes right to sleep. Anyway.
You gotta hope no one calls PETA.
No, fucking PETA. She'll call PETA on me. I don't know. But anyway, so let's get down to the fucking relationship. Do you know how long we've been on right now?
See what time's it?
20, 30?
We've been on probably about 30 minutes.
Okay. So shit's about to get real. And I'm gonna tell you how I really feel. So like I said, first couple weeks were really hard, and I I really missed my woman. Naturally, after 8 years.
Yep.
But I'm starting to realize some things after being detached for this long. And I know that alcohol does not help with my emotions, especially waking up the next day.
Oof,
right?
It's rough.
It's not. When you're depressed and then you're hungover, which actually, since I've been exercising, I have not been really hungover anymore. But anyways, the emotional part of it. So I think sometimes people can be so attached to their environment that they just get used to it, and they just accept some of the maybe unfortunate circumstances that could come their way. And I'm going to tread lightly because I don't want to bash my wife, but I'm just going to lay it out. I think that the person that I was living with has a very negative outlook across the board about everything. And that's tough. And I'm not saying I'm a fucking joy to live with. Maybe for you, but maybe not as a female partner. I mean, me and you would probably get along great. As a female partner, I don't know. I mean, some of the arguments of the people that are close to me is that how many days in a row for how many years did you go to work for your family? And there is something to be said for that, but there's something to be said for also being irresponsible with money. Not like blowing my whole paycheck in one fucking thing. Like, no. Like $100 here, $50 there, $100 here. I mean, and then some other
Shit just
cultures.
goes.
In some other cultures, the man owns the fucking money, and the wife has nothing to say about it. Okay. But I would just say that. So there's a lot of negativity coming from my partner all the time about everything, and separating myself from that. Now that
She's listening.
no, she's not. I thought she might be, but it's tough, and I don't want to bash her because I love her and I think she's a great person, and I think she's still even without me, even with her flaws, because everyone has flaws. Okay, I have a lot of flaws. I still feel like there's some work to be done before. Okay, so before like the first couple weeks, I was like, "Oh, I miss you. I want you back, and I want to, go into bed alone. Let's work it out." And then now that I'm like 4 or 5 weeks separated from the shit, I'm like, "Hold up, wait a second, hold up. Let me put some boom in it." Oh yeah, I said that wrong.
It's all right. I know what you meant.
Hold up. Wait a minute. Let me put some boom in it.
Hey. No, but no, completely like what you're saying. I mean, I'm still single for pretty much that. I'm a great friend, but probably not the best of like companions, or like the for me it's always like when expectations start to like exceed what I'm willing to give, or what you know what I mean, like when all I want you to do this because you want to do this, not like those normal fights for me, I can't handle those, and so
Yeah,
or
expectations.
the negativity too. Like once the negativity starts, those are one of the like those are hard to be around because there's not really much you can do when somebody just wants to be negative. And maybe it's not so much that they want to be negative; they just don't know how to change their, like you're saying, their outlook. And no matter what you say to them, experiences, like there's nothing you could say to somebody that just wants to be down on themselves or down on their situation.
I think you just hit the nail on the head.
Yeah, and
Um, and I want to tread lightly because I don't want to make this a fucking wife bashing
no,
session. But
right.
still, I still have feelings on my own.
And I'm pretty
And
sure she does a whole lot of bashing to her friends. You know,
well,
not.
shit. Yeah,
But and it's not even bashing; it's more venting, like
you know,
getting your
honestly,
emotions. It's getting your emotions off your chest because
if
I'm
we want to
sure.
put a flag in that topic, I feel like I've defended her like fucking 300, you know, backing myself off a cliff, fucking, you know, and I don't feel
Yeah,
like she's done the same for me, to be honest with you. I feel like she's more of an impulsive
yeah.
type of talker who, when there's a problem going on, she's going to talk about it, blah, 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 blah. But with me, I'm like,
Instead of
with my friends and my family, who I wouldn't want to say they've counted her out, but they have my back and they actually
right,
feel sorry for me. But I mean, I'm not innocent in this.
right. We're still dudes. We're still dudes. So
But they're like, no, bro, because they've seen some the bad that she has provided, and there's a lot of good too. There's good and there's bad. Okay, there's good and there's bad with
yeah,
everything. They see the bad. They've seen some of the bad, and they're like, okay, well, yeah, I got your back. But I mean, it's tough, man. It's tough, and I'll defend
yeah.
her.
You always want the best image projected of her to your friends and family.
Right.
Where versus she doesn't mind like putting your guys' problems
Well, all
amongst
right.
her parents
Even
or
for
her friends.
instance, me and you, we had a podcast going for a couple months, and you decided to bow out, and I wasn't mad at you, and I never fucking threw you under the bus for it. I
Right.
never did. Never did. I always talk positively because there's always going to be that time where shit comes back. All right, shit comes back, and then you don't want to be like, "Fuck Kenny," you know. Like, why would I do that? No, because it's always going to come back around to this place that we're at, you know. And I don't know if she understands that concept because I don't think her family fucking likes me at all anymore.
No.
And once you, all right, so let's start fucking throwing some dirt. She deleted all my friends and family off of Facebook off of one fight.
I think I remember you saying something about that.
And okay, how old are we? Seriously,
yeah, for real.
Even if we get divorced, right? Even if we're no more, and as trivial as it is, and as fucking as meaningless as it seems to have a friend on Facebook, it does mean a lot. It does. It's a big deal. Like you delete my mom off Facebook,
right?
That's a big deal. And
Yeah,
as stupid as it sounds, like it. But when you delete someone off Facebook, you are basically saying "fuck you." I don't want you in my life anymore, and we're done here.
right. Yeah.
It shouldn't really. I mean, social media has such a grip on our civilization. But you understand where I'm coming from, right?
No, right, and it's not with everybody, or I mean, you care more about certain people than others. So, like with your mom might not understand the situation, and she just might think you deleted her off Facebook, and like,
Yeah, she thinks, oh, she doesn't like me anymore.
Yeah, exactly. So it's very petty on her end.
All right. So
sure.
in her defense, and this could be a lesson for everyone out there. Me and her would have text wars. Not all the time, but when we would get into a fight, I would leave, and then it would lead to text wars, which happened like a dozen times, maybe a little more. Okay, serious text wars. You know what a text war is, right? I don't have to explain that to anyone.
I mean, y'all just going back and forth with each other,
and then it would get to a point where I would just like want it to stop, and at one point, I blocked her on Facebook because that's how we were
texting you about.
Yeah. So when you block somebody on Facebook Messenger, you actually block them in Facebook. So they're not two separate identities. You actually block. So so her thinking was that he blocked me on Facebook. This dude, I'm gonna unfriend everyone. And so that's kind of how that. It was really a series of unfortunate events, which is kind of the fucking theme of my life.
Yeah.
In a nutshell. But so I blocked her on Messenger, which blocked her on Facebook, which
she took it personally,
caused her to unfriend everyone. And that's a really fucked up situation. How do you correct that?
Oops, sorry, guys.
and then when she told me that, I unfriended all of her fucking family, and then friended them again. And then after the fight was over, I friended everyone back. After she told me after we made up, she's like,
didn't know?
By the way, there was a by the way. By the way. I unfriended everyone, but it wasn't because I blocked her. She had a whole nother explanation that no one cares about her, and I mean it's some sad, dark stuff. I really wish that she would feel loved. You know, I really do, because my family loves her. My parents fucking took us in in a hard time, right, and allowed us to live there. You know, it's kind of sad, really is.
Yeah. Well, like, do you still think there's hope for you guys, or because I mean, 8 years to 1 month, like you might be feeling great right now, or feeling better right now with the separation.
I think there's hope, and if we're gonna really dive down into the nitty gritty, I will accept what I need to change, which is probably mostly money stuff. It's mostly money stuff, because I'm a positive person. I try and make my family's life fucking enjoyable.
Yeah.
It's money, and it's like leaving when she's negative. She's been negative for, I mean, I stood there and I took it for a long time. And then at some point I'm like, fuck you, I'm leaving. I'm gone. Go hang out with someone else, you know?
Yeah.
So the hope is that two people can change their fucking cardinal rules, I guess, which is not looking good.
Yeah. I mean, for most marriages and most relationships, money is like the number one issue. And I'm horrible with money. I'm horrible with money.
Happy hour. I mean, I'm not gonna fucking sit here and lie to you. But it's not like see, the other thing, all right, here's the other fucking chapter, is that you know that when me and you were getting down on the podcast in the first place, that she started her business, right? Remember that?
Right.
Well,
yeah.
Her business has grown. She's able to support herself now.
Nice.
But
it got her both. But it got her both.
That, and I'm happy.
Right.
I I'm happy about that. But in the same sense, it's like, I don't know. Was she waiting for that opportunity?
Yeah, it made her bolder in her actions.
Oh, for sure it did. And I'm not going to fucking try and act two ways about it. As soon as she got her income, shit, it changed. She didn't have to rely on me for anything because at certain points she was making more money than I am, you know?
Right.
So I don't want to say that I saw it coming, but there was something in the back of my mind where I was like, if she's able to, during the tough times, which has been like the past 6 to 8 months, right? If she's able to, even before that, I don't know. I really don't know.
The vibe was different.
Yeah. You know, I feel like, I mean, would you want to get married to a social justice warrior who hates fucking men? And I'm not saying that she is. I'm just giving up for example, which does for examples don't mean shit. But right. I'm going to present you with a question right now.
Yeah.
Would you? And I'm not saying that just because this, and then analogies actually don't mean shit in the real world. Okay, right. Let's just throw that aside. Would you want to marry a man-hating woman who would rather support herself, or would you rather marry somebody who you can support and that's it? Or would you rather marry an independent woman who's like, I got my shit together? Actually, you know what? Hold on. I think you're going to play the independent woman and you're going to play your cards so right that she's going to need you in the end. And you're going to, never mind. I don't even know what I'm saying.
Well, anymore. No, like what I would want to, ideally what I would want is I would want, an independent woman that doesn't necessarily need to rely on me, but doesn't have the problem with me, being not necessarily in charge of the relationship, but, handling what I guess society deems like men's responsibilities. But I've also been the person that has had the girls depending on me. Or have my girl depend on me, and that shit gets overwhelming too, because then she comes to you for all her problems.
Right.
And wants you to solve all her problems. And sometimes I can't solve your problems.
Right. So I think my situation is a little unique because we came from me supporting her for her being able to support herself. Yeah. So I think that's unique. You know what? I think I want is someone to shut the fuck up.
What?
Shut the fuck up. That's what I want.
You want somebody that just shuts the fuck up.
Shut the fuck up.
Just sit there and look pretty.
Shit. No, maybe not. I actually, and to rewind for 8 years ago, the reason why I liked her, because she was a firecracker, because she was motivated, because she was like one of those go get 'em,
Yeah.
I don't like the fucking dead loser broads.
Right.
I don't like the dead loser. I've been with girls that I went out and drank with and fucking drugged with and did all kinds of shit. She wasn't that girl.
Yeah.
But maybe I was wrong. I'm just kidding.
No,
I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I'm kind of 50-50 on that right now. But
it could also be that she wants to be that girl.
Let me finish.
She could just be, but she could be going through her midlife crisis.
All right.
And hadn't done any of those things, so now maybe she feels like she's in a position where she can. And she is.
No, she is. I mean, she's almost everything that I expected her to be, except for the just flying off the handlebars at little. You got to find someone that doesn't sweat the small shit. Okay,
Right.
no matter who it is, you can't sweat
Well,
the
that can,
small shit. Because I don't
they got to
sweat
be able to
the big shit.
contextualize stuff.
I don't sweat the big shit. You can't sweat the small shit. Okay.
Yeah.
Just piss on the carpet from the dog. You don't need to drop.
It's not the end of the world.
You don't need to drop F-bombs every other sentence because of it. Sorry, the dog pissed. What are you going to do about it? We got to go clean it now. Okay. All right. We got to clean it.
Yeah.
But anyways, so my thinking 8 years ago was that I know that my family history, and I know that we are set up for doom and gloom sometimes down the road. So I didn't want to end up with a party chick at 24, who was going to influence me to drink more and to do more,
right?
So I saw her. She had a kid. She had a good job. She got a good head on her shoulders. I'm like, yeah, that's what that's what I want.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Because I've been with party chicks. They ain't keeping me in line. I feel like I need to be kept in line a little bit, but not like a lot of bit. I need to be kept in line a little bit, not a lot of bit.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
You need a little bit of yin to your yang, not a lot of yin to your yang. Not one that matches it, but just a little bit.
Like, you ain't going to control me, but you can help mold me.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like
it's rough.
Have we covered it? Have we covered it all?
Well, yeah. I mean, you tell me if you gotten what you needed off your chest.
I don't know. I feel like I have. I don't know.
Like you said, you just got to, like you were just saying, you just have to be able to contextualize everything that you're going through at this time, maybe even faster than her, if you know that she is a doom and gloomer. And if you do want, I don't necessarily think the calling and texting, oh, I want you back stuff, like, I don't necessarily think those really work. It's going to be more so like your actions.
I just came to the realization of that like earlier this week, or I think it was late last week. I'm like, just because I miss having somebody around, and don't get me wrong, I mean, there's a lot of like the intimate stuff, and like she's got a huge old ass that I love, and she's got a pretty face, and when shit's good, when we're getting along, when we're watching a TV show and we're both vibing on it, and like we have a good vibe going, but then something happens.
Something small.
Like, fuck. God damn. How am I gonna make her happy now? Or I come, and the worst is, and this is kind of, now that I'm fucking talking about it out loud, this is the worst. That I come home from work, they're 8. I say 8 hours of labor like it's hard for me. It's not really hard for me. It's not, but it kind of is, but it's not.
It's tiring. It's not hard. It's tiring.
But then to come home and be like, okay, what are we gonna do? It's never. And she stopped cooking about 6 months ago too. It's never. It's never like, oh, we did this and this and this and everything's positive and blah, blah, blah. It's always like, I haven't gotten any work done. TJ's been this. Zelda shit on the carpet. Fucking Sierra's been a bitch the whole day. And well, actually, I hear about it from text messages all day long while I'm at work. So I already know what I'm walking into.
Yeah.
So she shouldn't be surprised if I fucking drink a beer in my truck before I walk in the door, because I might just fucking kill someone. I mean.
No, I know what you mean. It's just something to help you ingest what's about to happen. And not that it's necessarily
But you know what? If I started dating a fucking health and fitness chick who was super hot and like sucking dick a lot and like me, who knows? Maybe I go on a jog with her after work and we go to dinner and we watch a movie and I don't have to drink at all. I'll have to smoke anything. You know, who knows? Or maybe I find a chick who likes to have a beer after work.
Yeah.
We meet up at happy hour and then we go and fuck each other's brains out. You never know. You know?
A little bit of strange.
I don't know. I'm actually in that market. I'm on Tinder. I'll put it out there right now. I'm on Tinder. I'm on Bumble. I'm on Coffee Meets Bagel. I'm not actively pursuing it, but I'm putting it out there right now because I feel like I need to be loved, and I feel like I have so much love to give.
Hey.
Like I want to just fucking have great times with people. You know, I'm out here in Bakersfield. I don't fucking know anyone. I have like 2 friends that never come over, and I have a house by myself. I have Zelda. Fuck it. Here, you're gonna see Zelda right now.
The. I wish I knew the theme song to Zelda. I don't remember it. Ooh, hey, what it do?
What is that, Ditas?
The little Jack Russell? What is that?
She's a Chihuahua and Jack Russell.
Ah, I see you.
She needs all kinds of love. She needs so much love.
Dogs are the best.
Well, yeah. If you're feeling good and you got a dog, then dogs are good. If you're feeling bad and you got one of these ones, it's like, get the fuck away from me.
What, because they just want to be on you?
Yeah, she is obsessed with me. She she wants, because I picked her off the streets of the hood and I brought her to an air conditioned house. And so she's cold. She's like, fuck yeah, you got me. You got me.
You ain't getting rid of me, bitch.
But I love her too. I mean,
hell yeah.
We got our little. Say hi, Zelda. Hi, Zelda.
Zelda.
Hi, Zelda.
Like she can hear me. Hey.
She's cool.
Yeah.
I mean, all she wants is love from me. So how the fuck can I deny that? She shits I'm getting her shit on point.
Yeah.
I figured out that I can't just be like, what? Like when I wake, she can't go in my master bedroom because she immediately shits. I don't know why. Doesn't happen. So when I come out, I have to give her like 1 minute of lovin's and then take her outside and then she'll shit. But if I take her outside without the lovin's, she's like, I'm going to shit somewhere around here. Shit somewhere. You want to do? I have to sit down with her and give her love for like 1 or 2 minutes.
Yeah.
You know, take her outside. But you have to take her outside. Like, can't be like, go outside and go potty right now.
Yeah.
Let's go potty. Let's go potty right now. Yeah, she's like ready.
It
makes her excited to do it. Bit. You know, you can't.
You gotta rub the belly a little bit.
Man, I've beaten her ass before, and I feel bad, but it's a learning curve. Because my first dog was a fucking wolf. Almost, you know, it's completely different.
Yeah.
It's complete. You know, I go from an 80-pound dog to an 8-pound dog. She's cool, and you know, she brings a little comfort. I don't know. In closing, Kenny, you're a smart dude. You're an intelligent dude. You're a wise dude. I respect the fuck out of you. In closing, I think it's about time to shut this one down. But I mean, anything that you have to say to me or Zelda?
Well, I guess the only thing that really I could say is, you know, you're not the only one really going through something like this, and I don't really like. Just based off of kind of the examples you've given, and I'm sure it probably goes a little bit deeper than the examples that you've given. But like, if she's having an issue with her kid, like with your daughter or with the son, I don't see how like her moving out or you guys separating is going to really solve that issue. Like, if she's saying that she needs more time to do what she's doing, her being essentially on her own, quote unquote, like, how does that free her up anymore? Because essentially she's now going to have to worry about bills and like all the stuff she didn't have to worry about before. So what I'm just saying is she will eventually, more than likely, realize the grass isn't always greener.
Correct.
And like you said, this is probably the first time where she is making money enough to support herself. So she probably does feel like a little bit more bold and a little bit more free. But everybody realizes eventually, like, that shit is for the birds. Like, be careful what you wish for, because it's not always that sunny on that side. It was a little thing I had to go through, like when I was with my ex and we broke up. Like after I got my money, we didn't break up because I got my money. We broke up because I know that the money wasn't going to keep me straight. Like, wasn't going to keep me on the up and up with her. But once I got that money, or like once like I was in the life and doing everything I wanted to do, I realized it was forever fleeting. I was always chasing the next thing to make me happy, the next thing to make me happy, and no matter what I got, that happened. Yeah, it would make me happy for a time, but it was fleeting.
Right.
And just something that everyone has to come to grips with. I think everyone should spend at some point in time in their life, an opportunity for them to be on their own.
Did you ever live alone by yourself?
Yeah, well, that I did that pretty much when I first moved out here to Vegas. When I got the house and everything, it was just me and my dog.
First, right? It's like you wonder, like, you're used to having that stimulus from your family or a roommate or fucking cat, something.
Yeah, well, you're just used to having people around, and that's what kind of led to me always having people around, like, and wanting to party and like have friends over, and like I said, like, I'd wake up, like when I had all my money and stuff, when I first got it, I'd wake up in the morning and be like, okay, well, what am I going to do to make me happy today? I literally took up golf because it gave me something to do during the day.
Anyone that's unfamiliar, Kenny got a settlement, rightfully so, from a club where he got
gas lamp in Long Beach.
We don't need to go into details, but there was a club that he got beat up at by the security guards, or not beat up, but it was a bad situation. And anyways, he got some money. So you moved out to Vegas, and then what were your first 2 weeks like? You were living by yourself, or what?
Yeah. I lived out here by myself when I first moved out here. I lived out here by myself for like a year and a half.
All right. So let's pause there. Going into it, did you feel like, oh yeah, and just like not even thinking about the lawsuit or anything? You got the money, and let's not even think about how you got it. So you're coming out here with money, and you think that it's going to be cool coming out and living by yourself, right?
Well, you just have all these expectations built up in your head. As, oh, I'm gonna do this. Oh, I'm gonna do this. Oh, this is gonna make me happy. Oh, if I just had this, I won't need anything else. But that's not the case. Like you literally are constantly looking for the next thing, because I didn't have like an anchor anymore.
Right.
Like if I wanted to go out and go to the club that night.
If you would have just called me when you got that money, and I would have moved out to Vegas with you, and we could have created the best production company in the.
Well, I'm still working on it. And look at you right now. Look at you.
Hey,
it could still happen. It could still happen.
I can narrate. I can make music. I can engineer sound. Hey, don't count me out. All right, I still want to be a part of the team.
That's what I said. Look right. At maybe all this is happening for a reason.
Dude, that video that you did with the one of my beats, I forget what it's called, but that beat that you put towards the video was fucking like that was it. Like that was the best one you could have chose for that video. Yeah, like, it was so dope. It was a Vegas strip talk.
Strip talk, yeah. Yep.
Dude,
yeah.
The one that you chose for that, it was perfect. You couldn't have chose the better beat that I sent you. I mean,
yeah, I'm actually going to get back into doing it. Split
That's
this.
a great idea. For anyone that doesn't know, he's trying to. Anyways, why don't you promote it?
It's okay. I'm trying to get. Actually, when we first started doing the podcast last year, I was just getting ready. I was just starting it, and then I did a couple of episodes, and it was kind of hard to just get going by myself. But I have a couple of girls that are interested in being
Dude,
the
I got some people
on-camera
out there
host.
too. We need to. That's a great idea, man. It's a great idea. So the concept is we're gonna make some YouTube videos of ways to like life hack Las Vegas on the strip.
Yeah, basically different things other than just the club and all that other crap. Like
anybody can go to the fucking Monte Carlo or the MGM or the Luxor or whatever and just walk up to the club and you're gonna have a good time. But if you listen to Strip Talk, you're gonna find some life hacks in order to accentuate your experience.
Yep, you'll start getting in for all the local prices, which is usually free, or you'll learn to shake and move and maneuver around the strip like a local.
Dude, we can start incorporating this podcast into promoting that idea again, because I think that's a great idea, and I'm not just saying that because I've had a couple of beers, but I think it's a great idea.
No, I mean I have faith in it, like I said, and I wouldn't have stopped doing it, but like I just couldn't keep doing it by myself. I was doing the camera and the on-air hosting, and so.
All right, I have some connects. I have some connects. Cool. I have some deep-rooted connections in Las Vegas because I'm in the sports betting scene. So I have some. I really do. I mean,
Vegas days.
I'm not just saying that. I can tell you that I have connections in the sports betting scene, just like I can tell you that I have a fucking dog that's looking at me right now.
Ready for some attention?
Yeah. What do you want? Jeez, it's never enough. It's never enough. It's like the women.
Just like a girl.
It's like the
just
women.
Like a girl. Just like
never enough. What do you want from me?
Take some mile.
100%. Jesus Christ. Let me live my life. Goddamn. You lying to me? You're lying to me again, aren't you?
At least she's quiet.
She's quiet right now. Yeah. Wait till the mic's turned off. She knows when the mic's turned off.
You got it on air.
She's a fucking bitch.
Got it on air like that she's paying attention to.
How dope is that name Zelda though?
I liked it. I take
pride in me naming her Zelda. Because most people won't even understand.
Well, the princess.
All right. This is a good dude. Get fucking Strip Talk going again, man. That's a great idea. I don't know what you're working on, but send it to me and I'll help you promote it. But Strip Talk was the fucking shit.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate it. Well, definitely. I don't know where there we go.
It was great catching up with you, man. You've known me my fucking whole entire life, and I've known you your whole entire life. I love your mom. I love your sister. I love them all.
Yeah,
all great people. You know my dad. All right, hold up. On the way out. So my dad still coaches baseball. Believe it or not, my dad still coaches baseball.
That's so awesome.
Yeah, he does.
Where's he coaching at?
Cyprus.
Cyprus still funny.
So when we moved from Cerritos to Cyprus, he stayed in Cyprus. He's been there for 20 years. So check this shit out. You remember my brother Nick?
Yeah.
He's like the cooler version of me. He's like the cooler, bigger version of me. I swear to God. I don't have that much jealousy, but there's a little jealousy there. He has 2 kids. One's named Brooklyn. One's named Nick Jr. Nick Jr. They're both in travel ball. Brooklyn's in travel softball, and my nephew Nicholas is in travel baseball. Long story short, he made the tryouts for the national team.
Oh shit! That's dope.
He
How
went
old is
from the West to the regional to yeah, my brother Nick coaches the Cali Gamers. Look them up.
he? Uh-huh.
They produce the fucking best baseball players for their age group. Cali Gamers. Seriously, look them up. My brother Nick.
Cali
You know
Gamers.
my brother Nick. My brother Nick
Yeah, I know.
fucking likes you.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh man.
I remember him umpiring some games
Yeah.
back in the day.
So my brother Nick has produced these two fucking prodigies. One in softball, one in baseball.
How old are they?
Nick Jr. He didn't make the national team, but he made the fucking tryouts that were in Valencia, and which before that everyone was in North Carolina for the tournament. The Cali dude, look up Cali Gamers.
I got it.
Look up 11U, 12U. You'll see fucking Montgomery. You'll see Montgomery fucking plastered all over that shit. That's my fam. I mean, dude, is that surprising? I mean, my family fucking.
No,
we used to pick you up to go to football practice and shit.
Hell yeah.
I mean, that's our fam. Like, we're into the kids. But he didn't make the national team.
It's all right.
And it wasn't really there. So they narrowed it down to 32 kids in the age 12 division. Okay. And they're going to choose 16.
Damn.
So what, and I really want to paint this in the best picture possible. And I don't want to say that it was hot, and that's the reason why he didn't make it. And his name that was on the board, he got confused because they put his name as N. Mon, Nick Montgomery. He's a Nick Jr. I have a TJ Travis Jr. He has a Nick Jr. also. Okay. He saw his name on the board, and he got misrepresented kind of like on what his position was supposed to be. So that was that's a mental lapse.
Yeah.
At that highest level, they don't, you already know. They don't want, and it wasn't even his fault really, but that at that mental lapse at that highest level, they don't want to see that shit.
Right.
But still, my fucking nephew.
And he's still got more years to make the team too. So.
He's a fucking, he is like anyone that we played football with or baseball with back in the day. And I'm not just saying this because he's my nephew. He is a stud.
Nice.
I mean, so were you, and so was Gerald Alexander.
Yeah, he was.
Like there were some freak athletes, but he's one. I'm telling you, he's one of them. He is one of them. He pitches and catches and plays outfield. He can catch. He'll catch. He'll catch 3 games without no sweat. He'll fucking do it. You know what I'm saying?
Better start telling them to log the footage,
dude.
Log all that.
You need to, man. My brother would love to have a conversation with you too. All right. Anyways, I think we've gone deep enough. But I'm just saying. I just want to give a shout out to my fucking nephew. I mean, he was almost on the national team that was going to represent the fucking United States of America and Taiwan.
That's dope. And remember that he's only 12, so he still has a couple more years to make it.
The way that it works, it's fucked up because his birthday's in November, so he doesn't qualify next year.
Ooh.
The next time he qualifies is at 15. But if you want to talk about, and I hate saying this because he's my nephew, but if you want to talk about like the size and the dimensions of like the prodigy and like the skill level, I mean, he's 100%, not 95, not 90.
How tall is he?
He's 5'4". He's 5'4" right now.
At 12?
Lengthy, and tall.
Nice.
He's 11 years old and like 5'5".
Nice.
And performs like a motherfucker. The only time that he didn't was, I mean, it wasn't like he underperformed. I don't know. I don't want to talk shit, but there was some certain variables that that he did not fulfill. I would say, like, not even baseball variables. It was. I want to choose my words wisely because I don't think a lot of it was his fault. It was like they put his name on the fucking scoreboard wrong, and then he got a triple during the fucking scrimmage to decide of the teams. He made a catch from left field that was meant in center field. From left field, he ran and made a catch in center field. So he did a lot of good things. And I'm not sure. Obviously, I was not there, and I'm not the coach. But he almost represented the national team in the USA in Taiwan. You already know what that's about. That's fucking the biggest thing that you can ever do.
Hell yeah!
He almost got there. And shout out to my junior. You know, he's a Nick Jr. I've got a junior. I only hope. Yeah, I mean, fuck, it's gonna be hard for my junior to walk in those footsteps, but he's gonna be dope as fuck. I can tell you that.
Yeah, just gotta get him started.
He's gonna be dope.
Gotta get him started. That's all,
dude. My junior's gonna be dope as fuck. I'll tell you that. And on that note, I think we got some shit solved. I'm going to stop this.
Yes,
and this has been Mercury's Cast. I appreciate you listening to my fucking emotional problems. And that is it. See you later. Bye.